Good evening, everybody. If everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We will now have our next speaker, Denise Reyes, come up.
You can sit down. Good afternoon to friends, family, faculty, staff, and administration, and of course, my fellow seniors, the graduating class of 2012. It is such an honor to be able to speak for the best, most outgoing, original, and memorable class AITE has ever had and will ever have. September of 2008, we sat here as freshmen. Back then, we were not even a sliver of our current found glory. Over the years, we've evolved. We've interconnected through experiences. Through the people we've met and the events we've encountered, we've successfully created memories we will never forget. I'm not simply talking about those classes which we had backbreakingly heavy textbooks, nor am I speaking about those teachers who couldn't comprehend that assigning a project that is a massive portion of your grade due the day after break is not only counterintuitive, but probably won't get done until the last day of break. And we all know who those teachers are. But I'm talking about the experiences that brought us closer as individuals. Graduating high school is an incredible feat of endurance and dedication, especially at AITE. While many students opt to leave AITE for whatever reason, we stayed. And together, we went through some incredible things. We all know how every year, students face the faculty in some sport or another, and we always lose because the faculty never fails to cheat. But that aside, AITE has always been a little quirky. I know I speak for many of us when I say I will never forget the many videos AITE has given YouTube, like our tour de Ram and when the birds take a bath. And of course, we'll never forget the day AITE became famous because a student managed to get stuck in a rail. But we also must remember that we are beings compromised of many factors, and we owe an overabundance of people thanks. We, in no way, made it here alone. We owe it to our parents and families who gave us their unfaltering love and support, our respect, our thanks, and our patience, especially today when there will be so much fuss over us, and our friends who gave us unconditional love when we needed it most. We must never forget to let them know that we love and appreciate them dearly, for they were there when no one else was. And to our teachers and mentors who had faith in us when we lost faith in ourselves, we must thank them for picking us up when we felt like there was nothing left to pick up. But one group of people we must never forget to thank as we go through life is those who doubted us. For had they not doubted us, had someone not said, "You can't do it," we would not feel the immense satisfaction which we do now. These people will always follow you through your life. Let these people be your motivation, not your downfall. Let the doubts of others be the flame that lights your ambitions. We alone held the power to decide if these past 4 years met, failed, or exceeded our expectations. And we will continue to hold that power throughout the rest of our lives, no matter where we go from here. While we have achieved so much over the course of our 17 to 18-year-old lives, we still have so much more to do. This is just our introduction. So as we go on in life, be kind to others, for kindness brings more kindness. And forgive those who have wronged you, for we have all wronged someone else in the past. And in your darkest hour, always remember there is a light at the end of a tunnel. As Bob Marley said, forget how much it hurts and try again. I wish all of you luck in your endeavors, and I hope you're able to climb your ladder of success. I'm proud to be graduating from this school in this class, the class of 2012. Thank you. distinct honor to introduce Dr. Polly Rowd, the President of the Board of Education.
Thank you. You're a hard act to follow. Greetings from all the Board of Education. We are extremely proud of you. Your theme, "Our Time is Now," is most appropriate. Indeed, you are the drivers who will define our new age. In the past, it was always older generations standing on high, trying to teach the next generation the ways of the world, trying to make sure that they followed in their footsteps. Well, we have to admit it. It's different today. You are and will be quite simply teaching us. You're well prepared for the 21st century. Be willing to make mistakes. Don't bother telling the world you are ready. Show us, do it. As Beckett said, ever tried, ever failed. No matter, try again, fail again, but fail better. You failed many times, although you may not remember. You fell down the first time you tried to walk. You almost drowned the first time you tried to swim. Did you hit the ball squarely the first time you swung the bat? Heavy hitters, the ones that hit the most home runs, also strike out a lot. Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times, but he also hit 714 home runs. R.H. Macy failed 7 times before his store in New York caught on. And Walt Disney was fired by a newspaper for lacking fresh ideas. Have high hopes for yourself and convert every challenge into an opportunity. May today and all your days be special. Our hopes for you are high, our feelings very warm, and our good wishes are endless.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Winnie Hamilton, the Interim Superintendent of the Public Schools.
I too would echo Dr. Rao's comment, Fernanda, that was excellent, and I'm looking forward to Peter, who was a former Dolan boy, to give his comments later on. Good afternoon, students, parents, staff, Board of Education members, Principal Paul Gross and Assistant Principal Tina Rivera, and honored guests. First and foremost, congratulations to our graduates. You made it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today at this joyous occasion. Your graduation theme, "Our Time is Now," is very fitting, as the lyrics by the group's Story of the Year indicate you are pushing forward to your next phase of life. You are taking control of what your future will bring. You will never step down because there are so many opportunities out there for you to take advantage of. And yes, the world is indeed waiting for you to live. Your teachers and parents have given you a lot of love and support, and they can't wait to see how you turn out. Over the weekend, I was with several family members who are contemporaries of yours. I asked them if perhaps there are other songs that they would think would fit this very special day and the momentum and this monumentous time in your lives. Here are some suggestions for your consideration, and actually I have heard of most of these. I Got a Feeling by Black Eyed Peas. Someday by Rod Thomas. I'm on the Edge of Glory, Lady Gaga. One of my favorite, most recently, it was What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. Let's Stay Together by Seal, and I know some of you may feel that way today and in the future, and what your teachers are probably thinking about, you're On My Heart Like a Tattoo, Jordan Sparks. I think you'll all agree that these songs sum up a range of thoughts and emotions that you have at this moment. Now that you are just a few minutes away from being high school graduates, my advice to you is this. As you acquire prestige and accolades in college and in your career, don't forget what children's activist Miriam Edelman Wright said. Remember that a BMW is not an advanced degree, that every one of you has a stake in making the world a better place, away from selfish lives toward commitment to others, that success should be defined by character rather than consumption, and that the quality of the future depends on our actions and how we live our lives. But whatever you choose to pursue, never, never, never quit. And never let anyone tell you you can't do something. You can do whatever you set your mind and heart to. So remember that. And finally, one of the greatest rewards of my job is when I bump into former students and I see how he or she has grown, blossomed, and met the challenges of life. If I bump into you a few years from now, and I certainly hope I will, I'm going to ask you a very important question. Have you remembered to take care of the 3 most important bones in your body? Your backbone, your wishbone, and your funny bone. You need all of these to be happy, healthy, and successful in the world. Congratulations, seniors. I hope our paths will cross again.
Thank you, Dr. Hamilton. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the Mayor of Stanford, the Honorable Michael Pavia.
Good afternoon. Sorry I was late. As you know, or as you could well imagine, the duties of the mayor are never ending, but it was very important for me to be here today to congratulate you, and congratulations are the order of the day. I want to start by congratulating Dr. Gross, principal of AITE, as well as his administration and his faculty. I also want to congratulate President Rao and Dr. Hamilton for their leadership in the overall Board of Education of the City of Stanford and what they do for your education, creating, providing, and instilling the kind of education that you need to go further in your life. I also want to thank the student body of AITE and congratulate you all for choosing your career, your education, and your course of education wisely. I want to thank the parents of all the students of AITE, because without them, this partnership of education for their children would not happen. And they, in partnership with their children, make it fulfilling and make it rewarding. And lastly, and most importantly, it's your congratulations, the class of 2012. You have accomplished everything you needed to accomplish to graduate. So please give yourselves a round of applause. Now, I did happen to notice from your yearbook theme, and it's pretty neat stuff. It's "Our time is now." And you know, you think about that and you say, okay, your time is now. What does that really mean? You're graduating. You're going to celebrate your graduation. You're going to go off with your friends. You're going to enjoy a good summer. But what does it really mean, your time is now? It means that many of you are going to be going off to college and pursuing a career. It means that some of you will be going into the service of our country in the military. Yeah. Thank you for that service. And it also means that many of you will be pursuing your dreams, your goals, your ideals, your passions, whatever they may be. But it is your time. It's your time. And what I see your time being, starting from this moment on, is becoming a leader, is becoming someone who recognizes what is needed in our community, what's needed in our country, and what's needed in the world. And it's your time to start that process. It's your time to go forward. It's your time to make it happen. Class of 2012, congratulations.
And at this moment, we're going to take a brief pause and listen to the AITE chorus, headed by Mr. Fifthville.
The arrangement you're going to hear was custom written by myself and the guys here for the graduating class of 2012. It's a song by Boyz II Men, goes back a number of years. It's called It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. Though the title may be deceiving, it actually speaks about how the great times we've had and the good memories and the tough trials we've been through and the success we've had coming to this point really opens the door for greatness and joy and wonder as you leave these doors and move on to whatever life may take you. We have two representatives from the class of 2012, Aaron Levy, who's singing bass, and Dan McNeil, who is singing the first solo.
At this moment, we're going to take another little interlude and do something that we truly enjoyed, and that is we have a number of representatives here on the stage who would like to make some presentations to some of the graduating seniors. So at this time, I'm going to begin inviting some folks up. First, though, I'm going to invite two of our graduating seniors, Rebecca Johnstone and Liz Smith, to come on up.
wardrobe malfunctions. Okay. Hi, guys. On behalf of student government, class of 2012, we'd like to present these flowers to our Vice President, Liz Flynn, and our President, Peter DeLuca, to show our appreciation for their devotion into making this year a success.
Thank you, ladies. And now representatives of the Parents Association of AITE.
Congratulations and good luck to the class of 2012 and all your families, especially to our 4 executive board members, Jerry Blair, Dom Brea, Peggy Erlencotter, and Betty Thacker. Jerry, Dom, and Betty are leaving us tonight with replacements lined up, I hope. Peggy, thankfully, is here for another 3 years. A big thank you to the 4 of you for all your support and contributions the past 4 years. Each year, the PTSO has been fortunate enough to raise funds to award eligible and deserving seniors scholarship money in 2 categories: Achievement in Academics and Spirit of the Ram Awards for demonstrating AITE community spirit. This year, because of the generosity of so many families and faculty through our scholarship appeal drive, we're happy to have the ability to award 10 students academic awards and 3 students Spirit of the Ram Awards. As I call your name, come up and get your certificate. In the Achievement of Science, Rhea Johnson. Achievement in Math, Edward Novikov. World Languages, James Papadopoulos. Multimedia Technology, Dan Brea. History, Rita Newman. English, Kieran Collier. Art Music, Kay Jang. Business, Isaiah Mohammed. Engineering, Christina Duarte. Architecture, Elizabeth Smith. And our Spirit of the Ram Awards go to Peter DeLuca. Brandon Pomerantz. And Fernanda Denise Reyes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Richard Friedman to come on up, make his presentation.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Gross. I am very happy to be here at my first graduation ceremony at Ripplewam in 30 years. When I graduated from Ripplewam High School, I think we graduated up on the football field. Go Warriors. I'm also very pleased to be here this afternoon to hand out the Garden Home Scholarships, which are $1,000 scholarships awarded to students at Stanford High, West Hill, and AITE. They're renewable for students who receive all grades of A or A- in their freshman year. The students are chosen by their guidance departments for their combination of academic achievement, community service, and leadership. And there are 4 winners this afternoon, and I'm very pleased to announce the first winner is Fernanda Reyes. The second recipient is Natalie Nowakowski.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The third winner is Jessica Chan. Well, I have it. And the fourth winner is Andres Cruz. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Latoya Berry to come on up for some presentations.
It is a wonderful honor to be here tonight with the class that I came in with. So to you, I say congratulations. I have 3 scholarships for students who have helped me throughout the 4 years that they've been here or that I've been here as a lab aide with Project Lead the Way. So if they would, Stephanie Brutus, Veronica Fields, and Kreshnik Hody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Berry. And now, without too much further ado, Mr. Bryce.
Congratulations to class of 2012. This is always a tough time for me. It's never easy to say goodbye. But as I sat in my room about an hour ago, I decided to type some remarks. And it occurred to me that the first Occupy America event started right here at AIT with Dan, Mubasa, Marisa, and Karina, who occupied my room for 4 years. Every lunchtime. I'm going to miss them. I'm also going to miss David and Brandon, Brandon C., our own Rush Hour 2. And now I'll be able to restock my fridge again. I'm going to miss, where's Chis? She's there? I'm going to miss Christina. She whines and whines and whines. What about Paula and Jasmine? You here? Tough. It's a lot of good thoughts, good memories, and Liz and Edward, Rita, Rhea, Peter, Nevin, Brandon. Nevin, you here? Brandon? I mean the real Brandon. Okay, he's here. Ryan and Stefan, Tim Abbott, never had a quiet moment with him. And at first I said I wouldn't do this. I would ask James Montesana, but I figured we'd be here all night. So I decided to do this myself. James, we love you. And congratulations to Pops, Shona, Andres. I love you all. I'm going to make just a few short remarks. You know, sometimes I wake up in the night, not because I'm tired. I just can't wait for the next day, and ideas come to my head, and I write them down occasionally. And sometimes I think of kids going into school, and you hear teachers complain about kids plagiarizing and stuff like that. It bothers me, so I figured I'd write a short quote. And I want you to remember this, that honesty or integrity must never be about opportunity or compromise. Rather, it must always be about principle. The future, as we perceive it, is only a culmination of our collective past. Every generation must be willing to embrace it. The future is not only inevitable, it makes the present relevant. And finally, time. We have so much of it, and sometimes we can't get anything done. So time is challenged not only by its own abundance. Access to time makes us all equal. But the use of time is what sets us apart. You may recover from the misuse of money, but the misuse of time resides with us forever. And let me borrow a short quote from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and I have said this repeatedly in class, that the heights by great men reached and kept was not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, was toiling upwards in the night. Thank you. This year I've decided to do something a little different, and I've decided to do the College Incentive Award, because I think it's about time that we start rewarding you for work. And so I have established a new fund, and this year I'm going to give out 3 $1,000 awards. I think 5, actually. And the way it's going to work is that at the end of your first semester with a GPA, and this is pretty low, of 2.5 or better, and this letter, you will collect your check. I decided I picked December 15, and I figured it was a convenient time after the election, because as the president says, it's the right thing to do. And so I'll call on Brandon Carter. Is the first engineering award. Stefan Sandoval. Business award. Justina Jarvis. Engineering Award, Christina Duarte. And finally, David Pinto. And I've decided to do one more foolish thing. And this is what I call a challenge award. I'm challenging every engineering student going into college from your class with a 4.0. See me in December. And you will have earned this award. Every engineering student with a 4.0 will qualify for this award. Thank you very much. I'm glad to have you.
Thank you, Mr. Bryce. At this time, I ask Mrs. Lauer to make her way to the podium.
Well, as you know, Mr. Bryce is a hard act to follow, but we've been following each other around for 12 years now at AITE and AITE, so it's okay. I stand here congratulating all of you, class of 2012. A number of you I've had for 3 years in accounting, a number I've had in 2 years or 1 year of Cisco. Many of you I've had this year in VHS, and it's been an absolute honor and pleasure to be your mentor, to be your teacher, to be your facilitator, whatever I was at that particular point in time. Keep in mind that I'm always in 310. I don't plan on going anywhere. And hopefully you'll come back, like students came back this year, and tell me you've developed a new operating system for a cell phone, or you've developed some new topic that you started playing with around here. Don't be shy, don't be afraid, and do let us know what you're doing. I would like the Cisco Academy second year students to come up. I have Haritha Dessou, Marco Garcia, Eric Gonzalez, Taylor Delarette, Tim Stapp, and Matt Thacker. These individuals have struggled long and hard for 2 years to work on a certification that is industry-wide with networking. And sometimes they've asked, is it worth it? And I think they've realized that it is. They will go into college for engineering or whatever, and they will always remember Cisco. I have the pleasure of giving a scholarship I started a long time ago, and it was always to the outstanding female in technology. And I'm very pleased this year to give it to Haritha Dessou. I need more girls in Cisco, by the way. All of the students have received certifications from Cisco and from myself prior to this event. But I would like to mention that Eric Gonzalez did pass the industry certification with a 899 out of 1,000. And I have some. So let's give him another round of applause.
At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Amanda Harmon to come up representing the health center here on campus.
Good evening, everyone. The Family Center's Ripplewam AITE School-Based Health Center presents the Promising Futures Award each year at graduation. This year, we are proud to award 2 graduating seniors. The first is John Sarazian. John has shown an ability to be a leader among his peers. He has great maturity, and we believe that he will continue to make positive contributions to his community. Congratulations, John. Second winner is Ichel Ruiz. She is reliable, has an outgoing personality, and is very responsible. In the 4 years that we've known her, we've seen her grow from a modest teenager to a charming and lovely young adult.
Okay, congratulations, first of all, to the class of 2012. I have 2 awards to present. First of all, when David McCullough Jr., an English teacher at Boston's Wellesley High School, addressed the seniors at this year's commencement exercise, he became infamous for what has become known now as his "You Are Not Special" speech. Well, I'm here to tell you that Mr. McCullough could never have given that speech to AITE's class of 2012. You're all extremely special, and you've left your mark here over the last 4 years on AITE, and we truly hope now, I'm getting choked up, that you'll go and leave your mark on the world. So it was really difficult to pick 2 extremely special people out of the group of 160-something special seniors. But this first senior is someone who greeted me and Miss Baxter and Gus every morning, because we're the first ones in the building. And whether he had blue hair or red hair or, different body art, he was there with a smile each day. And for the last 2 years, he's made a mean cup of coffee. So to the first student, it's a $500 scholarship from Lord & Taylor. So remember to shop in the fall when we sell the tickets. It's presented to Kyle Urbano. And the second Lord & Taylor Scholarship is also for $500, and it goes to one of the 2 Voice of AITEs, who, with no surprise, has a decorated mortarboard, Angelica Bakuska. Okay, and now on behalf of the Paraeducators Association of Stanford, I have 2 scholarships, and I'll read what they've written. The Paraeducators Association of Stanford is proud to award 2 scholarships, each in the amount of $500 to 2 outstanding AITE students. Since you were in kindergarten, paraeducators have been working alongside your teachers in the classroom, supporting them in their hard work, and giving you the extra help and attention you may have needed along the way. Today, you have rewarded us with your success. Congratulations goes out to David Pinto and Christina Duarte.
Now it's my turn to give out a few awards. I will be presenting awards for some people who were unable to come. This year we've run 2 blood drives, and Bob's High School Heroes has contributed a $250 scholarship for a person who has done some outstanding work at these, and that is Kai Zhang. Two of our students who are in attendance this evening are receiving $1,000 scholarships from the University of Connecticut, where they will be attending in just a few months. Domingo and Tia Mehmedi. Every year, I have the honor of identifying a handful of students. It looks worse than it is. During the course of the 4 years, a number of students who are going to be identified have made a unique contribution to our school in various leadership roles or community service or whatever. So it's my privilege tonight to award a number of the Spirit of the Ram Principals Award to the following students: Angelica Milguska, one of the 2 voices of AITE, Brandon Carter, if you need something fixed or built, Brandon's your man. Peter DeLuca, Carlos Dominguez, the other voice. Come on, Carlos. Elizabeth Flynn, your Vice President. Leah Johnson, who is still trying to teach me how to dance. Aaron Levy, who behind the scenes has been spending my money. David Pinto. Fernanda Denise Reyes. And the last award goes to Shaq Watkins. I'm also going to take a little break from our normal procedure. This year, in addition to the folks who are graduating, we have 2 members of our faculty who will be leaving us and have been with Ms. Rivera and me and the faculty for the 11 years we've been here. So I'm going to ask Walter D'Amica and Mrs. Sharafay Marvel to come on up. Okay. For the first time, she's speechless. And now to continue our program, President of the Senior Class, Peter DeLuca.
Thank you, thank you. I would first like to thank the Academy of Information Technology and Engineering for this award. Seniors, we did it. So, I have been chosen here today to stand here and impart wisdom to my seniors. I'm sorry. Before I begin, I want to know what eccentric hat maker thought it was a good idea to glue a square piece of cardboard to a swim cap. Seriously, Lady Gaga has had tamer headpieces. But really, while we've all accepted this kind of hat to be one of a successful graduate, there was once a time when this hat was considered strange, weird, different. Well, I'm here to tell you that this is not your regular bon voyage, inspirational, moving, congratulatory speech. The class of 2012 is different, so this speech is different. When we first came to AITE 4 years ago, we began to learn the differences of our school. We learned that at AITE, school fights only happen once every 4 years. We learned that bed bugs do actually exist. And we learned that that loud voice we hear on the first floor is actually Mr. Bond teaching on the 3rd floor. Brothers and sisters! But it is these differences which create a unique shared experience among all of us. We've all spent hours working on Rosetta Stone for foreign language, or stayed up to 11:59 to submit that homework assignment on e-chalk. And we've all worn what looks like to be a house arrest bracelet to take care of a robotic baby. Also, we've all shared in some foolishness this year, whether it was having a senior luau beach party, a bike race through school, or a drag race through the senior parking lot. You see, our school is unique because anything that happens here is on the web in 2 minutes. Videos are posted to World Star Hip Hop, Facebook, Twitter, and even MySpace for the 9 or so people on Earth who still have accounts. If you add up all the videos posted by students online this year, it would equal over 500,000 views. 500,000. I mean, 350,000 views of a kid stuck in a handrail, only at AITE. We really have unlimited resources at AITE. Laptops, online classes, a beautiful building. We go to school in a $45 million facility that has everything to offer us, except quality toilet paper. You seniors know what I'm talking about. 4 years of this stuff. Our senior gift was actually going to be a year's supply of Charmin Ultra. Mr. Gross, looking over there, he didn't know I had this in. He wants to rip up my speech, but even that would make better toilet paper. In all seriousness, today I stand in front of future business leaders, doctors, lawyers, and McDonald's employees. But mostly, I stand in front of a group of people who aren't afraid to be their true selves. A wise man once said, "If we are afraid to be different from the world, how can we make a difference in the world?" The class of 2012 is truly full of exceptional individuals who shine at what they're passionate about. I'm graduating with some of the best scholars, artists, athletes, engineers, and computer nerds in the country. So, I didn't spend $60 on my yearbook this year. I invested $60, with the hopes that one day I could show off my fellow classmates that bring change to the world. So, before I go, I would like to leave you from a quote from a well-known doctor, Dr. Seuss. "Today, you are you, and that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. It has been the ultimate honor to be your senior class president. Class 2012, you are amazing. Congratulations." At this point in time, we will be presenting the class gifts, so I'm going to go grab those.
Somebody's going to say something.
So one thing that our school lacks, other than quality toilet paper, is a flagpole. Every public high school in America has a beautiful American flag hanging outside the school. Our school doesn't. So our class gift, or one of them, is a brand new flagpole for the school. And Denise will be presenting the flag. And then another thing every major high school has is a mascot. Originally what I wanted to do was get a mounted ram head, but our environmental science teacher said she would throw red paint on it. So I had to get a fake one. So here, I have Ramsey, our school's first mascot. Thank you all.
Thank you, Peter. Well, I guess it's my turn. Well, it's my pleasure and honor to speak to you today and to celebrate with you the movement of this class. You know, it's kind of interesting. 12 years ago, Mr. Bryce and Ms. Lauer and a few other of us were here in this auditorium for the first graduating class of AITE then, and AA&E. And that first graduating class consisted of 17 students. So I remember that, right? So I mention that because today, this is the largest class to date in our brief 12-year history. So I congratulate you. It seems we've come full circle. It's just 2 months short of 4 years ago that these students sat in front of me while I stood at this podium and welcomed them to our school, AITE, for the first time. So at the end of this cycle, it is my turn to say goodbye. I do this with mixed feelings. I realize that it's a time for you to move on to the next stage of your life, and in some cases that is just perfect for Ms. Rivera and myself. As you've heard, parents and friends, the seniors selected as the yearbook theme, "Our Time Is Now." For your family and our faculty, it has always been your time. These are some of the times that I'll remember during the few weeks that I have on vacation before Dr. Hamilton puts me back to work, as I visited your classrooms during the course of the year. So, some of you were mentoring elementary school children in science. Some of you were missing school to be part of the 99%. Some of you were repairing computers. Some of you were hanging in the senior lounge. Or hanging over the senior lounge. Yes, I know you're here. Some of you were succeeding in statewide competitions. Others were supporting us in our various recruiting activities. Somehow you found your way to Garden Catering, the Bagel Shop, or Dunkin' Donuts. Not necessarily to class, but to those places. There was also hanging out in the parking lot, in the pickup truck. And some of you, I will remember, thought that writing a senior paper meant cut and paste. Don't do that in college. Culturally, you are considered Generation Z because you have lived your life in a persistent use of communication and media technology such as, and Peter was talking about this, the World Wide Web, instant messaging, text messaging, Facebook, MP3, mobile phones, and too much YouTube. Many of the adults in the audience, me included, believe you are just too connected. Generation Zers are not good listeners. You are not good listeners. And sometimes you lack, or you severely lack, interpersonal skills. Well, in this particular instance, that does not apply to you. You see, parents, friends, and people on stage, AITE seniors are a very touchy-feely group with lots of hugging, hand-holding, and who knows what else is going on in the cyber cafe or senior lounge or up on the field. As members of Generation Z, though, you use the World Wide Web mostly for communication and keeping in touch. Hopefully, during your years at our school, you have learned some digital etiquette, some responsibility, and some accountability. The dangers of social media, now I'm being serious, the dangers of social media are very real, and if you violate common sense and decency, it will catch up to you. And it will follow you no matter where you will go, where you are, or when it takes place. So please pay attention. For you, computer technology and the internet is commonplace. And satisfaction, I'm sorry, where are you? Ooh. You are used to instant action and satisfaction due to digital technology. Therefore, you are frequently impatient. You want what you want now. The internet is there and you take it for granted. You may not consider it to be a great tool for mankind, since you do not know what life was like before handheld devices were invented. Your parents and I know that. You're capable of making huge communities, I should say, and have massive collaborations using the internet with people you don't even know. On the other hand, because of technology, some of you have a difficulty in public speaking, and you have forgotten about privacy. You are Generation Z facing the X factor. No, not that X factor. J-Lo's not coming out here. The X factor I'm talking about is what comes next. Will you take the skills, understanding, and values that we shared with you and turn them into productive experiences? Will you use this time and the times to come to make positive contributions to your family, to the community, and to our society? Will you be the one that makes a difference? I hope so. Now to conclude, we're getting close. For well over 700 days, you have heard various classmates, including Angelica and Carlos, present Mr. Gross's thought for today. Guess what? This is the last one. Today you get one more. Well, unless you want to come back next year, I know, thank you. So today's Mr. Gross's thought comes from Mary Poppins. And if you haven't seen Mary Poppins, go see it. I took my granddaughter's first time 2 weeks ago. They loved it. So Mary Poppins suggests anything can happen if you let it. You won't know a challenge until you've met it. No one does it for you but you. Broaden your horizons, open different doors, raise the curtain on things you thought impossible, and don't reach for the sky, reach for the heavens, because anything can happen if you let it. You have been You have been a unique and special senior class and have made a noteworthy contribution to our school. We will miss you. We will think about you. In all seriousness, we will think about you fondly because you have been important in our time. Best wishes for all the good things that the future holds for you. Congratulations.